Now, I've actually been really looking forward to making this video, and I've kind of drafted up my kind of topics for videos and scripts, that kind of stuff. The gambles that we take on an SO5 career, on your journey, is very important, because there's some players that, you know, you will get a good feel for. I'll get into this more in the video, but what we're trying to establish, or what we're going to try and iron out together, is just when to take that gamble. Who's the right kind of players? Who's the right kind of clubs? And yeah, because there's going to be so much variance, and the more clubs come on board, you'll find that there'll be a lot of like favourite players that get used over and over again. And those gamble selections, those players that are on rotation, coming back from injury, suspension, whatever it might be, can be the difference between you finishing 15th and 6th or something like that. As always, guys, before you watch any more of the video, I'm watching you, hit that like button now. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, of course, and if you've not joined the platform, the links are down below, so you can get all the free stuff to get you up and running with as much of a head start as possible. And let's get stuck into it, guys. Now, guys, you're going to accumulate cards, right? And some of them are not going to be dead set starters for a variety of reasons, okay? Rotation, form, blah, 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 okay? But if you own these cards and you've got them potential for lineups, like, let me just clear this, okay? So there was no point clearing the goalkeeper, so I think he's the only one that's viable for this game week. But when you're taking these gambles, or when you're looking to take a gamble, or when you're thinking, oh, do you know what, that player is dicey, I don't know when I should actually be playing him this game week or not, there's a few things you have to consider and you have to weigh up, okay? So let's look defence first of all. I'm going to go in Bemba. Now, this whole lineup has a little bit of a gamble in it, okay? Paulo Lopez is a very famous rotation goalkeeper. We all know that, you don't need me to explain that to you. But in Bemba, my boy here, DMP'd in the last match. So that becomes a bit more of a gamble now. When it comes to midfield, you've kind of seen the team. I'd picked it out already. I'd kind of ran through this already. But João Mario, top of the league, getting in some good form. That's fine. But again, he's just coming into the squad now, so I'm gambling on him actually producing the results. He got 71 in the last game week. He scored a penalty, I want to say. Alexander Sorloth is the big gamble of the lineup, okay? Yeah. Will he start? I wouldn't be surprised if he did, right? But this is kind of the point of the video, right? I've said it in a lot of videos that are coming out this month, and I say it quite a lot, but you really should be developing this bond with the cards, that you understand exactly how the team's structured, yada, yada, yada. Now, if you're going to go and spend money on these cards, some of them you'll win, of course, but some of them you'll have to go and acquire. If you're going to go spend money on them, you want to have them getting used as quick as possible. Now, somebody like a Sorloth is not going to go into my Champion Europe D3 or D4 lineups for this game week, for example, because he is too much of a gamble. I've got other players that are a lot more certain to get the same kind of score he could maybe get or above. So the gamble becomes a secondary priority for me. The first priority is getting the highest scores on the board, the most likely players on the team, etc. But the gambles can pay off massively. So somebody like a Sorloth, right? I'm not going to go into him individually too much, right? But somebody like a Sorloth, for example, could start and could score 2 goals, right? No one else is going to have him in this lineup. That's almost certain. And that then pays dividends and rewards to me for picking him, for taking that gamble. Now, when you've got players like this, you've got two kind of main paths you can kind of go down. Do you put all your gambly players together and just think he might start, he might get dropped, oh, I don't know what his injury's all about, don't know what the manager thinks of him. There's 5 of them, just put them together in like a global all-star or the challenge special weekly thing or whatever. And when you put that many gambles together, you're really, it's like an accumulator. You're relying on a lot of things to go your way. I would always suggest, if you are going to be gambling, work out, you know, if you've got 5 players, like I could even scroll down and look at Lamar. It's a gamble. If I picked him, Correa is a gamble, Grujic is a gamble, Douglas Costa, Kerem Demirbay, Jota, they're all gambly type players. I've tried to avoid having a full lineup of them because I think you'd be mental to avoid players like Zielinski, João Mario. And Bemba is a gamble, of course, as we've spoke. But guys I know will play and will score decent. You know, you need these guys underneath your gamble to hold it up. So that, let's say, for example, the gamble doesn't pay off. Sorloth comes off the bench, he scores 25 points, and that's it. I'm hoping then the gamble, yeah, it's backfired. He's not scored a goal, whatever. But what I'm then hoping with the rest of the lineup is they are solid and steady enough. If I had tier 3 with that kind of outcome, I will be quite happy. I will be quite content because I've taken a gamble and I paid off a little bit. You know, it only doesn't pay off if you miss rewards altogether. And if you miss rewards altogether because of a gamble, the first thing you're going to ask yourself is, did I have a better option? Now for me, in this instance right here, as I'm painting it in front of you, I don't really. Jota Do you think he's a better option? He's going to be coming from the bench more than likely away to Getafe. So no, I don't really have a better option there. Now, if you are, because the reason I wanted to make this video as well, somebody like Sorloff, right? You'll have a guy like this in your gallery, no doubt, as well. You've paid some money for them, you're excited for them, but they're not ripe. They're not in the team every game week. They're not on hot form, but you feel the need because you've bought them to use them, and that is detrimental. The price you've paid for somebody, you really need to move it to one side and forget about it and think about the here and the now. What are they going to do in this game week, okay? So when you're taking these gambles, please take yourself out of pricing, and this guy's worth this much, and this guy's a tier 1, he should do amazing, he's got the right to score 90 points. You really need to drill into exactly who is actually going to be on the pitch, who is actually going to produce a score I can rely on to build the rest of the team upon, and that's going to be the difference. Now, like I said before, the gamble, if it doesn't pay off, it's mine to take. If it does pay off, then the glory is mine, and yours is no different. But some players you buy will only get 10 starts a season, maybe 5, maybe 12, and see the times that they do start and you haven't picked them, you will kick yourself. And in this kind of situation, you will always regret things you don't do more than things you do, to be honest with you. So if you have that feeling, that gut, he is starting this week, I've got a hunch, I feel it. I don't really have that with Sorloff, truth be told, this game week, okay, but let's say I did, because I have in the past and it backfired. Then I would always encourage you to go with that hunch, to go with that gut, because if you don't and it did pay off, you will hold on to that regret a bit longer than me playing the Sorloff, and let's say Jota starts and scores 2, I'll be upset with myself, but I'm not going to kick myself. Whereas if it was the other way around, I took the Jota over my gut, who would be the Sorloff, and then it was vice versa, then I'll be absolutely raging with myself. Why didn't I listen to me? Why didn't I listen to my own instinct, my own gut? And those things definitely stay with you much longer, no two ways about it. So guys, let me know, how many gambles do you take on your SO5 lineups? Do you do it often? Do you try and, obviously you will try and avoid it, but how far will you go to avoid it? Would you actually go out and buy somebody on the market cheap enough to replace a gamble so you've got a solid steady Eddie in there? You know, let me know guys in the comments below, thoughts, opinions, etc. For me, if I buy the card, it's because it's a good player and I want him, and if I have the opportunity to use him and it's not going to be to my detriment, I'm not doing it for any other reason. He is literally the best choice I've got left after I've put my priorities elsewhere. Watch out for the next video. Then I'm happy to do that. Guys, let me know in the comment section below. If you've liked the video, please like it. It goes a long way to supporting the channel. Subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.